William here. Today we're going to talk about some of my travels again, and this time it's going to be to Europe. I've traveled to Europe many times, and so these are some of the pictures from my travels in Europe and some of my favorite places in Europe and Israel. In Britain, one of the most interesting sites is to go to the Greenwich Observatory. It's a fairly large museum, and it'll take you through how they actually developed the Greenwich media, and it's quite enjoyable and quite knowledgeable from going there. In France, again, I've talked about Normandy a number of times, and of course you can't go to Normandy without going to Point du Hoc and seeing what our troops did there and seeing how encased the Germans were there. And also in the bottom picture you'll see how much firepower and bombings they put in at Normandy. These holes are tremendous size. I mean, it's truly incredible journey to go through. Of course, the American Cemetery in Normandy is another place that you should walk around and think about the soldiers who gave their lives for us just on D-Day. Another place that's really interesting was Vermont, France, and got to go to the French equivalent of the DOD there, and the general who ran the outfit recommended a small restaurant that's been here for over 100 years and has been grandfathered in. It sits next to the church on the left, and that's actually the road that goes to it. But the restaurant itself, everything is still cooked in the open pit fireplace, and it's all local cuisine. They love Americans here. We were treated like royalty for, gosh, 3 hours. Another one is just down the street from Vermont is another Gothic church that has been there for centuries, and it's a very interesting sight to see. It actually sits on the side of a cliff that drops off probably 1,000 feet and overlooks the valley there. So it's really a nice area to go and just see the French countryside. And of course, no one can go to France without going to Paris, and this was one of my trips during Christmas that I went there, and it's truly beautiful city of lights. And of course in Paris there are some amazing churches that have been erected. Saclay is one, for example. This church has been worked on continuously over the centuries, and you actually see where they use different types of construction materials. The church at Enghien is in the city of Enghien, and it's very beautiful inside. Then of course one of the biggest surprises is to go to the Basilica at Sacré-Cœur. And once you realize that they actually brought the building stones, which weighed about anywhere from 500 to 1,000 pounds, up this hill by horse carts, you'll be amazed at how this thing was constructed. And it's probably one of the most beautiful churches to go into. It's quite elegant, so don't miss that one. Italy, of course, the Leaning Tower of Pisa is a wonderful place to go. Watch out for all the merchants who crowd around the outside of that, some of them will certainly take your money real quickly. And then the picture on the left is a small town where I stayed called Lerici, and it overlooks a bay, and there's an old Roman fort that stood on each side of the bay. They're duplicates of each other, and the little town only has, you can only get in one way and you have to exit another way because it's only one-way streets. So it's very beautiful. The people are extremely friendly, and it was quite enjoyable to stay there. Israel, if you ever get to go to Israel, of course you want to go to Bethlehem and Jerusalem, but if you just get to Tel Aviv, there's plenty of places around Tel Aviv like Haifa, and the beaches on the Mediterranean are wonderful to go to. Of course, you're going to see some mosques that have been there for centuries, and the people in Israel are extremely friendly and they're very helpful. So if you get the chance and the opportunity to go there, you should definitely do it. And just wanted to say thank you, and please feel free to join me. I've given all the information here to contact me, and look forward to speaking with you.